One of the mistakes that many of us make when it comes to learning jazz guitar is thinking that if we want to sound like our favourite players, we need to learn a bunch of complicated scales, a bunch of complicated patterns and complicated arpeggios. But in fact, nothing could be further from the truth. What makes the great players great isn't what they play so much as how they play it. In this video, I'm going to show you 4 techniques that are going to supercharge your phrasing and supercharge your solos. I'm going to teach you 2 licks. I'm going to break those licks down, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm doing and show you how to get that phrasing, get that sense of feel and swing and timing into your own improvisation. So there's a lot to cover here, so stick around to the end and let's get into it. So the first lick I'm going to show you, we're working over a 2-5-1. We're in the key of F major, and the lick goes like this. So the first technique that I want to show you here that I'm using is an 8th note triplet, and I'm combining 2 techniques here actually. I'm combining 8th note triplets with approach tones, okay? So we've got a pickup tone here and being used as an approach tone. So a pickup tone is simply a note, or a pickup note is simply a note that comes a split second before the first beat of the bar. So if we take this lick and we count 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. You can hear that I'm playing that C sharp just before the first beat of the bar, so that I land on this D, which is the root of a D minor 9 chord, on the first beat of the bar. I then arpeggiate the D minor 9 chord, okay, going root, 9th, 3rd, 7th, 5th, but I'm playing the next 3 notes, the root, the 9th and the 3rd, as a triplet. So I'm playing it as an 8th note triplet. Okay, and you can hear that that triplet just gives the line a sense of kind of forward motion, a sense of momentum. So it almost sounds like we're falling into the 7th. When we get to that 7th, there's almost a little bit of release. Okay, so that brings me to the second part of that lick. We start with the D minor 9 arpeggio, and then I play a little minor pentatonic phrase or a little minor pentatonic lick. I'm now playing over the C7, and over the C7 I'm just playing an F minor pentatonic lick. This is a bonus tip. This isn't one of the techniques that I'm going to give you, but bonus tip here: throw some blues into your jazz. It always sounds good. It's a nice bluesy line, that is. And if you listen to some of the great jazz players, you know, Kenny Burrell being one that always jumps out to me, you know, they really know the blues. Do you know what I mean? The blues is important. Don't sleep on your minor pentatonic scales. Don't sleep on your blues scales. Especially if you come into jazz like I did from a blues rock background, that stuff is useful. Do you know what I mean? It's nice to mix it in, because it just adds a bit of dirt in there. It adds a bit of grime in there. It sounds really good. After that blues line, I'm playing an A minor 7 arpeggio, and this is the second technique that I want to talk to you about using chromaticism, okay? Specifically chromatic enclosures. Over the F major 7 chord, I'm literally playing A minor 7 arpeggio, root, 3rd, 5th, 7th, back up to root, okay? But rather than just playing it like that, which is boring, I'm putting every one of those notes into a chromatic enclosure. If you're not already familiar with what a chromatic enclosure is just when we basically play the note either side of the note that we want to target. Usually it's a semitone, it doesn't have to be, but normally it is a semitone. So here I'm playing a B flat, a G sharp, and then I'm playing the note that I want to target, which is the A, and as we land on the F major 7 chord, I hit that A, and that is of course the 3rd of the F major 7 chord. So that's your second technique, chromatic enclosures. So that brings me to the second lick that I want to show you, and this one is in the key of E major. So we're working again over a 2-5-1, F sharp minor 7, to a B7, to an E major 7. And the lick goes like this. So as you can probably hear, I'm starting that line with another pickup note, okay? And over the F sharp minor 7 chord, I'm playing an F sharp minor arpeggio. The pickup note that I'm using is the 7th of the chord, 7th of the F sharp minor 7 chord, so it's an E. And if we count 4, you can hear that I play that pickup note, that E, between beats 4 and beat 1, and then I play the rest of the arpeggio starting on beat 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So over that first chord, over the F sharp minor 7, after I've got the pickup note out of the way, I'm playing an F sharp minor 7 arpeggio, and I'm starting on the root, which is obviously the F sharp, and then I'm playing the rest of the arpeggio an octave lower. So that's the second technique that I want to show you, the pivot arpeggio. Pivot arpeggios are really useful because they sort of throw us off balance. We expect an arpeggio to move up, sort of up the scale or even down the scale, but what we don't expect is for it to jump around like that. So if we start on, say we're playing an F sharp minor 7 arpeggio, which I am here, start on the root, and then rather than moving up or moving down, just move down an octave and play the rest of the arpeggio an octave lower. So as I say, I'm starting this lick or this line on the pivot arpeggio. And then as we go into the B7 chord, I'm playing a B7 arpeggio. So nothing too complicated here, but this time I'm using some string skipping. Okay, so string skipping, kind of similar to a pivot arpeggio in a way, is when we basically play the arpeggio, but each time we skip a string. So on this occasion, I'm playing that B7 arpeggio. Okay. And it just kind of buries it a little bit, just covers it up. And then I'm just going up to the flat 9. And then I'm landing on the G sharp, which is the third of the E major 7 chord. So I hope that's been useful. That's 4 techniques for you. 8th note triplets, chromatic enclosures, pivot arpeggios, and string skipping. 4 techniques to work on. If you start working on those things and you really start throwing those into your lines, into your arpeggios, into your improvisation, that's really going to make your phrasing sound much more interesting, more engaging, and more like jazz, which is ultimately, of course, what we're after. So if that's been useful, please feel free to like, subscribe, comment, let me know how you're getting on. It all really helps the channel. And until next time, keep making music.